Alright, I believe we are live. As far as I can tell. Let me just move this over here. Oh, that moved. That wasn't cool. So, a couple things I just want to make you guys aware of. The dogs are going to freak out because we have somebody delivering food. So, just be ready for it. Batten down your hatches. Keep your volume low for a little bit. They were supposed to be here about 20 minutes ago, but, well, that's the way it goes. Helen, how are you? I had set this already to stream in this. So, anyways, let's just get right to it. So, let's not beat around the bush and take too long. We're going to try to keep this to about an hour. The reason being is, hey, I've got a fantasy football draft I got to go to. But more importantly here, this is some of the newer stuff that they have done with the tiny terrain. And what I'm doing here is I'm getting ready for a campaign that I'm going to be doing very soon. I'm going to be doing something sci-fi, and I'm also going to be doing something with Dark Eye, the RPG, which we're going to try to do live with you guys. So I've been working on the dungeon and some terrain and some things that I have planned out. So we need to kind of get this stuff going. So I kind of just primed this. Now, when you are doing resin and when you go to Miniature Market and you look at their tiny terrain, the first thing that you got to realize that when you get this stuff in, you're going to have to wash it, and you want to wash it with some dish detergent. Okay. The reason being is they put a mold release on it. Okay, and they don't get it off. So you got to be able to clean off the mold release, or else the paint is going to come right off, or the primer. Now I primed everything black because this is just very simple, and you can see some of the stuff that we've done in the past with this, and this is one of the things that you can also get through Miniature Market. I really like these. They really fit with my Star Saga stuff really well, and I want to get a bunch of those. Also, I'm going to use these for an upcoming Battle Stations game that I'm going to be playing. So I wanted to get a whole bunch of sci-fi stuff kind of done. Right now, we are working with some big trees, and I've got a ton of these that I want to get done, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, because we don't have sound the way I had hoped through Discord, because I just haven't had time to unload it and upload it, we are going to I'm going to actually keep an eye on the chat as best as I can. Helen, if you can just do what you normally do, put it in red, and hopefully it catches my eye. So the whole idea is to try to get as much done as we possibly can. Okay, so right here we have like a dungeon entrance, and I really like this. And I'm going to show you some different things. Anybody can show you how to paint this, but I like to do a couple other things and really make it kind of stand out. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to take out my Retribution armor, and I want to get a smaller brush here. That should be do fine enough. There's a couple things in here that I really want to take care of, but while we're doing that, let's get out Lead Belcher, okay? And we're going to get our bigger brush. Actually, we can use our medium brush. Well, no, because we're using up the rest of an old bottle here. So I really kind of want to just get a little bit of this on here. I'm really not worried about how this goes on, but I'm just going to take and just kind of go over this a little bit. And all I'm doing is just taking the brush, and I always tell you that you try to tickle it a little bit without trying to sound too weird, but you don't want to put a lot of pressure in there, especially with the black primer that you have over it. So you're just kind of trying to leave just a little bit of that black in there. Not too much, but just enough where you get it all over your hands, like I do. Where you get the Lead Belcher over your hands more. than the thing. And you can see by just taking and just going lightly, I leave a little bit, so that saves me from having to put a wash over this. All right, and you're going to see what we're going to do with this, and there's a reason that I am kind of whacking this as quickly as I can. And we're going to let that dry for a bit. That's going to be a player in the game here. And here we go again. You see, I'm not pushing really hard. I'm not pushing really hard. I'll do my best. Oh, there you go. Hi Kabuki, Jimmy B. Yes, a couple things. I will be on the Alaboom tonight, so you guys want to check that out. Me and finally Lance are going to get together tomorrow night. We'll announce that tonight unless something comes up with Lance. Lance is my buddy. It's kind of tough because we're in 2 different time zones a bit. Not too much, but he's got a lot going on with his kids, with karate and all that other stuff. And, you know, I'm up at 4 in the morning, so we've been trying to do it on the weekend, but he had a wedding and stuff, and we'll get the exact time squared away. But we want to do this test run, and we want to make sure that this works. The dogs are going to freak, so just be ready. Because the guy from the Chinese place is here. And there goes Bella. You gotta love Bella's. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to put it on mute for a second. Do this. Okay, that wasn't bad until they brought the food in, and then they realized that Mom had food, and they decided to lose their minds. That's my dogs. I have 2 beautiful German Shepherds, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. Alright, so we're going to let that dry a little bit. Now, while we are washing this brush out, Carrie, how are you? Joe Plotch. Joe Plotch, how are you? Now, the main thing is, the thing that I really like about this newer batch is that they're using a different mold release. So it's releasing really easy. And what that means is, number 1, that it releases properly. Number 2, when I'm cleaning it up, I don't have to sit there and scrub as hard as I have to, as I've had to in the past. And I don't have to do that. This was very simple. I just put it in a little thing of water with a little dish soap. Just washed it very lightly, and it held, so I'm really happy with what I got here. Before I would have to scrub it a little bit, but it was worth it for when you're paying only a couple bucks a piece. Now here I just want to take a smaller brush with this lead belcher, and all I want to do, and I'm going to take some of this off actually, and I'm just going to come in here, and I just want to hit the shield a little bit. Now, we'll detail the shield a little bit better. This here, I kind of want to do that way. But we're going to do something different with this. I came up with a few ideas, and we're going to have some fun with this. And there we go. Just come around that a little bit. And in there. And there's a couple swords in here that I see. And I'm just going to... Oh, that's a broken sword there. Well, that's very cool. So I want to do that, but we're gonna play around with some of this stuff in here. There's a helmet there that's all busted up, and I'll show you guys once we get going here. So let's clean off that brush. Boom. Boy, we're on fire now. Oops, I broke that brush. That brush just about had it anyways. The next thing I want to do is we have some trees here. Now these trees are very prominent. We're going to put this off to the side for a second. And I really want to kind of take a Solvane bark and go over this. Now what I did to get these, first I primed them black, okay? And I know I'm moving fast, but guys, hey, primed, Rob, or are the newest pieces a dark resin? No, I primed everything black. They usually come gray. I think it's wild that Lance actually married the couple. Yes, that's very true. We'll be talking about that tonight on the on everybody's favorite show, of course. I'm gonna tell what I did was I got knocked off there a little bit. I took dried bark and I went over the black. So now I have a nice dark base for these trees. That's what I really want. But you're going to see what I'm going to do with them. And maybe, you know, this might give you guys a few ideas. Now, Sylvain bark is a dry. It's a dry paint. Let's try to zoom in here. But you see, the problem with me is I'll go off camera. I know I will. So we need to get a little more organized here. So we're going to move that here. We need these tools coming up. And we're going to move that back there. These. Oh, Puggers is here too. How about that? Everybody loves Puggers. Puggers are special cat. I was told I can't call him anything but a special cat because, as you hear, he is special in his own way. Go, Puggers, go. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of this, and this is like mud in here, okay? And all we want to do is just get this on our brush, and it's really, you really want to keep this sealed up because it can dry out easy. Why? Because it's a dry. That's right, Helen. Show that Pugger thing. Are you on the Alaboom tonight? Yes, I said it 3 times. Helen, pay attention. You of all people should be paying attention. Oh my God, that's 2 demerits. 2 demerits for you. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I kind of want to go around this, and the reason I'm doing it this way, for this one, I don't want it to, I want that like that. There's a reason for it. You'll see what I'm talking about later. Just stick with me. This, I want to really kind of pull off a little bit now. Alright, and then all I want to do, remember how I keep on telling you, just go over it nice and easy. Nice and easy. You don't have to hit it very hard. You just want to tickle it a little bit. That's all. All we want to do is bring out some of those raised areas. We want that to sit up. Remember, everything in life is 3D. Okay? And we're not here. We're not the best painters, but boy, I'll tell you what. We're going to show you how to do things and just have fun. Where you can do things and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. That's the beauty of being able to do this. Is finding time. Maybe you have some children, a boyfriend, daughters, or maybe you're a kid and says, "Hey, Dad, why don't you give me a hand here?" That's what this is all about. This builds moments in your life you'll never forget. I know. And some of the most important moments in my life were with my uncle painting, and him showing me all his wonderful, wonderful models. We were such. I had such a fascination with outer space and the Apollo projects. And I lived in Connecticut, and I never dreamed I would get to Florida. And yet, here I am now, ironically. And of course, the space program's gone. So, it's funny how life just takes its own kind of twists. And that's what we do. So, you see what this is doing? You see how now all of a sudden it went from something so dark that we were able to just very lightly just bring that out. And it didn't take much. It didn't take much. Did it look like I really worked at that? No, not at all. Not at all, folks. Not at all. And we're going to do the same thing here. I'm sorry the table's shaking. How about if I do this? This is a little bit better. I didn't secure the table today. And this one is really neat because it has a skull built into it. I think Joe likes that one because, well, Joe's a little bit of a heavy metal guy, so I think this was intentional. And I'd like to see them do even more of these bigger trees and really get creative, because when I see a lot of this stuff, a lot of it's just really, really was wanting to continue painting today. Oh, okay. Sorry, you know, I always have a difficult time when I keep looking. Alright, so we're just going to go over this nice and lightly. And like I said, I'm trying to rush a bit, but my thing is until 7:30 if we have to go a little bit later. That's why I came out a little earlier. Whoa, see? And sometimes you get butterfingers. Like, my hands aren't good anymore. My eyes aren't good anymore. Matter of fact, I'm just not good anymore. But when you feel that kind of passion for something, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are. Just have fun with it. Don't let anybody say, oh, I'm just going to say your stuff's nice because, well, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Everybody does things differently. Everybody does something differently, and we all don't see things the same way. Don't ever get discouraged. Your work is your work, and be happy with your work, because it's the time that you put into it. It's the enjoyment. Did you have fun, or were you frustrated? Well, if you were frustrated, find out why you were frustrated. If you think you can do better, then guess what? I really believe that deep in your heart you can do better. Okay. Peter Adams just taught my friend's son, how to paint last week. He did a great job on one of the My Little Sky minis. See, it's just little things. It's little things. It's little things that matter. It's not how you do it, it's why you do it. Does it fit into something? Does it add to, you know, just putting brown on here? Does it add to a theme of something? Does it add to that type of, oh, you know, adding theme to something, or adding, oh God, I'm looking for a word and I can't think of it. But when you're playing a game, does it help immerse you into that game? That's what you're looking to do here. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to take a little bit. See, we still have some on that brush. Well, we want to come around here a little bit, but that's all right. That's not the color that we're looking to drive home just yet, folks. No, no, no. We have some things planned in mind, and I hope we can get it all done. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so let's put that big brush there, and we are moving at the speed of light. Why? Because we can. All right, there's a particular color I'm looking for. Let's hope I don't spend the next 20 minutes looking for it like I normally do. This would be perfect. That'd be perfect for what I want to do. Okay. All right, so here we go. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take some of this, another dry paint. If you notice, we're not doing a lot of, we're not taking and doing any kind of washes today. We don't need to. We can do this without even having to use a wash, and we're flying. We're doing great time, which is great. That's what we do. We want to keep you guys interested. Kerry Vanes, I got into miniature painting because of Rob's Descent 2 painting video. Thank you, sir. Well, no, thank you. And we're going to go back to Descent. We're going backwards a little bit. If you notice, I've really been in a paint mode. We've done a lot of painting videos. We're going to do some playing of these games, and that's what I'm excited about, is being able to play these games and, you know, have people like Helen and Tina and some of you maybe even just be able to watch and go, wow, you know, it feels like I'm there, and I feel like you know, everything just makes that game look better. Maybe that it's an old game that we make new by just painting it a little bit. It's just little things, little things, little things. All right, so we've got this. It's a very light gray. So what we're trying to do is bring out some of the detail with Longbeard Gray. It's a dry paint as well, so I'm really trying to take a lot of it off. And again, it's just something very, very, and if you feel you have too much, just go underneath. And you'll know. And all we want to do is just kind of very lightly just catch those edges. Remember, light reflects, and how you make light really depends on you and how you make it work, how you bring things together in 3-dimension and all stuff. And just little things like this, just taking your brush very lightly and going over some of this stuff. Just giving it a little bit of depth. Now, by doing this, it shows that the stone is more than one color. Maybe it's old and it has different things going on. And we're going to do a couple of different things here, and I think you'll like this. So what we're trying to do is just really kind of get this to sit up a certain way. So all right, so we're going to move that aside. And again, just see how that just hits that edge, pops that edge out. See that edge? Now, if you're thinking light hits something, it causes shadows and edges and things like that. And that's exactly what we're trying to create here. That's all we're trying to do. It's an illusion of light through paint. And it's something so simple that anybody can do this. I'm not a good painter. There's no way I'm a good painter. But I've learned over the years how to see things in my head and just use the light around me. And I can get things to look okay. And that's all you can ever ask. And I'm happy with the things I paint. I'm not a professional. I'm not somebody that can go around and charge people thousands of dollars and stuff like that, but I just love to paint, and loving something is half the battle. All right, so maybe we'll just go, you know something, this celestial gray. Let's do a little bit of that. I really like the way this stuff works too. Now there's something else I want to show you guys, and I'm going to try to do as much as I can and as quickly as I can. So you're just going to have to bear with me a bit. And you know what? I'm tired of this particular rag. Let's fire this rag. And let's go to this rag. What we can do in an hour and a half is amazing. It's the same thing that you guys can do. You can do this. You can. You really can. You have it in you. Man, am I talking a lot today. Killer Rabbit, what's up, my brother? First of all, Killer Rabbit, welcome to a real stream. This is where we move people. We make a difference in people's lives. We don't just bully people. All right. Killer Rabbit will understand what I'm talking about. And just adding that little bit. And if you do too much, it's okay. It's okay. Just add to it. Just add to it a little bit. Maybe say, oh yeah, these hit the light a little bit more. And you're doing nothing more than using what's on the brush. That's all you need. What's on the brush. Alright. Let's put that aside for a second. You know, you can get away with just doing this, but we're not going to just do this. Come on, we got to do more. You know that. Come on, it's me. I've got to come up with something in my head. At Rob, that's the lack of co-hosts. Oh, wow. You know, you guys need a break. Let's be honest. You guys can't just sit here and wait for me to go on every single day. I mean, jeez, I've been on every single day. I hope everybody liked the patron show. I really enjoyed it. It gives me a chance to catch everybody up without having to send out a bunch of emails. There are so many things coming down the pike for people that are part of the patron, as far as getting their stuff done. And I think you guys are going to be... I've got some ideas how to make things easier for myself. This last year, I've learned a real lot. I'm not saying I didn't make any mistakes, but I've learned a lot, and it's really helped me think of how we're going to go forward and be more positive and be able to do more for you guys and help the people that we want to help. And that's the most important thing, is helping people. Isn't it? Doesn't it feel good that when you donate to the Patreon that you know that somebody's getting some help? And we got a wonderful letter. Well, it's not a wonderful letter, but we got a letter today. And we'll bring it up on Tuesday. And I'll put it out to everybody and see what everybody thinks we should do. All right, there we go. I want to get a little bit more of that. I just had it. Oh, Celestial Gray. There we go. Rob's gets better gameplay. What? Killer Rabbit retracted a message. Uh-oh. Is he being salty? Uh-oh. I hope not. I missed it. I was busy painting Mansions of Madness. Something that we're going to be doing on this very channel very soon for an individual who sent me his Mansions of Madness stuff. Every Tuesday night. Every Tuesday night. Good to watch some alpha level stream. Thank you, my friend. That's what it's all about. Being an alpha. Alright. Alright, so again, if you got too much, you'll know, because you can just put it on the bottom. And then just, if you just lightly touch the edges and you see that you got too much, that's okay. Just grab a paper towel, take a little bit more off. Alright, make the brush do the work. All you are. It's like writing. Now, some people like to write, and some people just enjoy having a very expensive pen. And, you know, it feels great. It has weight to it. But then some people like using just a plain old Bic. Okay? But you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference. It really depends on how you control that particular device. When you write, if you just write crazy, well, guess what? It's going to look crazy. But if you take your time and write your name properly, like I'm always getting yelled at, because when I sign my name, it's just like blah, 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 blah. And I get told, take your time, stop. Stop, husband. You're signing an important document. Can they at least understand what your name looks like? No, I'm an artist. You figure out my name. You figure it out. It's not my world. Alright, so again, look at this obelisk. This thing reminds me of a Star Trek episode when Captain Kirk was like a medicine man. Remember that one? And he went to the thing and then it slid back. And then he went down to the stairs. How many people remember that one? Kabuki will probably be the only one. Kabuki, my psychic soul sister. If we were ever to get together, we would just talk pop culture, the heck of board games. And what a day that would be. She'd have to put a helmet on because I would definitely blow her mind. Having a hard time hearing you, but did hear you mention Star Trek. Oh, I'll turn up. You know what? I gotta move this over. Sorry, that's on me. Hold on. We'll just move this over. Yeah, because I start mumbling. All right, how's that? Can everybody hear me a little bit better? I'm really sorry. I just start talking and I don't really look up. I was saying this this thing right here. It looks like that one episode where Captain Kirk was Indian. Remember, it would just slide back, and that lightning storm was coming. Shoom, think, and then he'd go down, and he really liked that girl, but she was all blowed up or something. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Okay, let's just quickly and efficiently. Once you see, that's the thing with dry brushing. Once you have a feel and you know what you're looking for, and dry brushing, it just takes a little bit of practice, but just always have, you know, this stuff is perfect for learning how to dry brush because you can never do it wrong. You can never ever do it wrong, and instead of wasting your time on your really nice figures, you can just dry brush on your stuff here. Alright, so let's do this. That's what it was, the original Star Trek. Alright. Alright, so there we go. There's that. Now let's get a little retribution armor. What time do we got? Oh, I'm moving and I'm doing alright. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do this. No, that's okay. That's because we were done with this brush anyways. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to put a little bit of that on there. And take that off as quick as we put it on. I think I get more on the paper than I do anything else, right? And just I'm just hitting corners, edges, and just very lightly making this wood cabinet feel like it is a wood cabinet. And if you mess up, if you have too much on there, it's okay, because guess what? You can always paint over it. Ooh. And you can see the paint's a little heavy on there, but that's okay because this is the back side. I just want to take some of it off. Alright. Alright, so let's put that over there for now. Alright, sorry for my reach. Watching half a dozen videos on making mini trees, I've decided the best crafting method is to shell out for tiny terrain. There you go. Tiny terrain is awesome, and Joe's constantly coming up with more and more stuff, so just be on the lookout, guys. I think you're really going to like it. Alright, here's another thing I want to show you. Now, you see you have the same thing, but you see how these crystals are kind of dull? Well, we have some stuff here. It's called gloss varnish. Yeah, that's right. We're using something besides paint. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of an older brush, because I really don't... Well, you know what? We're going to wait till the end to gloss varnish these. Alright, so next thing I want to do is I wanted to go just a hair lighter. Okay, so we're going to take our P3 and the jack bone a little bit. I just want a touch of it. I just want a touch of it on each side there, like so. And all I want to do is I want to take it virtually all off. I really do. And you can see we're just flying through this. Alright. And we're just going to very lightly, that's exactly all I want to do. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now look how lightly I'm touching this. And I'm gonna zoom out just a hair here. Okay, there we go. I'm barely holding the brush. I'm barely holding the brush. I'm letting the brush do all the work for me. And all that's doing is just giving me a little bit more of a sandy look that I wanted. Alright? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all I'm looking for. Coming over the top here, because we're going to mess with this a little bit. And in through here. Remember over here, I just want to just hit this very lightly. Okay. Now we take our trees and just, you see how that just that little bit does it. Look at the bottom of that tree. You think there was a lot of light in this room, the way that was hitting it. And that's just a little bit on your brush, just hitting over the high spots barely. And over the top here, there we go. And our little face here, there we go. Be the face that paints the place. That's what you can be in your home. That's what you can be in your home. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ghostlore. I want to appreciate you for saying some nice things there. There we go. And there we go. And all we're doing, we're just really just enjoying what we do. All right. Doomsday Machine was such a great one. I know. Everybody loves the Doomsday Machine. Alright. Perfect. Alright, that. I'll just give this a little love too. Why not, right? Why not? It's here. Alright, now I can take that off. Now, I've been trying to take the same color for the last 10 minutes. Let's get it out. Let's get it out here. Okay, perfect. That's there. And Retribution Armor. There we go. Come to Papa. Come to Papa. And I just got to find the right brush, so just bear with me. Will that one do? Yeah, maybe. Well. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's see if that does it. You know me and having a feel of things. You know, it really just kind of depends. I'm just going to put a little here. I'm just going to get a little water here. There we go. All right, that's all I need. That's all I need. And there's a little cup in here I just want to take care of. Just get that cup in there. It kind of breaks things up a little bit, but you're going to see what we're going to do to break things up a little bit. Because we don't play here, huh? And maybe just make that hilt a little bit. All right, let's just go right there. There we go. Just add that in there. Well, I got some ideas for that, so you watch. You watch what we do here. And why don't we do that? There we go. Kind of like that. And yeah, why not? Remember, this is your piece. You do what you want. You do whatever you feel like doing, and that's the best thing about it. It's your piece. Nobody can tell you any different. You make things the way you want them to be. It's what you see in your mind. All right. There. Oh. Well, you know what? Cabinets have hinges, don't they? Rolling Solo popped in. Okay, are we supposed to make an announcement? Holy cow, look at you. Look at you, Helen, selling out to the other side. Can't believe her. Adam, how are you, my friend? It's been a while. I hope everything's going well. Adam, I got to get a hold of you at some point. If you get a chance, write me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. I want to talk to you about something. I have an idea, and I think you would like it. Now, you see that? We just throw that in there, bing, bang, boom. We don't mess around, do we? And what about these things here? Well, we can break them up a little bit. I like maybe just putting something there, and on the other side here, and on the other side there. Now, the cool things about these is you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get to it. I wonder if he left. America Talk Too. Love the channel. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Oh, and I can talk too. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sorry. I'm trying to paint at the speed of light here because we're trying to keep this all to about an hour and a half or so because I do have a football draft tonight. There you go. So there we go. Just adding a little color just breaks things up a little bit. Will do. Okay, he got it. Cool. My boy. All right, so now you see where we're going with this a little bit. So now what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun here. And, well, first of all, the first thing I want to do is I have a very light color, but I need a very special thin brush to do it. Because I think it'd be nice if we put some color in here. Now, I can go green in here, or I can go blue. And I'm thinking, nah, I'm gonna go the Calgar blue in there. And I'm just gonna try to fill in some of those spaces, and I think you'll see what I'm doing. All right. And I'm just gonna take a hair of it. There we go. There we go. There we go. And all I want to do is just try to pick out and just fill some of these things in here. Look at that. Just a little. Dink, dink, dink. Draw a line there. Just follow the patterns. And I'll show you how it looks. And just have enough paint in there so all you want to do is just get a touch in there, because it makes a world of a difference. You don't have to put it in thick. You can just go over it a little at a time, and it gives some depth, like it's glowing a little bit. We can add some flavor over that too. And the dogs are freaking out because, well, that's what they do. That's my girls. And again, you know, having a steady hand, and if you mess up, don't worry, because I'll tell you, all you have to do is just take a little bit of gray and just go over the top very lightly, and it's fine. It's fine. It's so easy. The mistakes that you're making, you're going to make mistakes. You know, there's very few people that don't make mistakes, but they're usually getting paid millions of dollars to do this stuff. So don't feel bad, okay? They're getting paid to do some beautiful work so that it'll stand out for their you know, maybe they're, you know, it's like Games Workshop guys. Those guys are the best. Listen, some of us out there just might be the next Games Workshop guy. You just don't know until you pick up a brush, and that's what I'm inspired to do, is to try to find those next guys out there. It's not going to be me. It's going to be one of you. And if you pick up a brush and you do that and you find your calling in life, then I've done my job. And I've done a very good job at that then. All right. All right. So we're going to have some fun here in a second here. And so I really want you guys to stick with me for a second. I just got a couple more things to do with this blue here. And then we're going to go, and now I'm going to show you how to really spruce this stuff up and how to really make this stuff shine and get some realism in there. That's the key here. And it's so easy to do. And I appreciate all of you being here today, especially Helen, who will be gone Friday. And but that's okay, because we're actually going to try to play some games this weekend, and I'm excited about what we're going to try to play. And I've got some great ideas, depending on certain situations. All right, so another thing I like to do is why don't we throw a couple little blue dots in here, okay? You'd be surprised what just a little bit of color can do. And just coming across here, and we're gonna, yeah, look at that. See, it's just little things. It's just little. It doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing. It just has to be little things. Little things. Thank you, Joe. Episode is far beyond. Oh, you guys are talking. Good. All right. If I don't see the red, I ain't paying attention. How's that? But I do try. I still, you know, because this is such a strong community. And OranCon is only what 185 days away. Yeah, right. That one cracks me up. OranCon. That's all Stephen would need for us all to descend upon poor miniature market. That'd be a young man that goes gray very quickly. All right, see, it's just touching. Just that's all you got to do is just touch, and it gives it kind of like those lights: activated, not activated. Look out! Wait for the blue light to go off before you cross. Now, what do these do? I'm going to show you in a minute. But we've got to finish these up. So we're going to finish these up, and then we're gonna get right to where we need to be. What time do we got? Oh, perfect. We can get this done by 6:15, 6:30, and it's not a long, drawn out video, which is what I'm trying to accomplish here. This stuff here, nope, not that, but actually, let's get a smaller brush here, okay, and we're going to take Necron Compound. Now you see, if you see there, and all I want to do is get a little bit on here. Now this is really going, if you ever see a Necron's very shiny. They take great pride in their armor when they're killing people. And you gotta love that. You gotta love any time something takes such great pride in murdering half a universe. Or do you? Alright, let's try to get a little bit more in here. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Because I don't need much. I don't need much. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I get this good in this brush, because this is really an important part of this that's going to really sell this thing here. These gates. And all we're going to do is we're going to hit some of the higher edges here. And you're going to see that it's really going to bring out and really give a metallic look here. And you try not to hit any of those buttons that we were talking about. Here's on the top here. And you can see now all of a sudden that's a little shinier. And let's bring this up here. And you can see right in the middle there how that kind of just brings that out. Makes it a little more metallic. And that's what we're looking for. We want it to look like real metal, because we don't paint it metal not to look metal. Come on. Am I right? Huh? There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing with this guy. And you can see the difference. I mean, you can see the obvious difference. I mean, I can. You can see that this one's brighter. And that's what we want. Because it's not all dark and gloom. Some of these machines are constantly working for your destruction. All right. And let's do that and that. And I think that's perfect. Okay, so that's going to kill that. All right. Boy, we are flying today, aren't we? All right, let's hopefully I have enough of everything that I want to do. Okay, now what happens here, and these are really cool things, is that you get these gates, and whoops, they're laser gates. That's right. So now we painted up these gates, and we have laser gates, and you can build a whole thing that you can have this compound completely covered in these laser gates. Isn't that cool? Maz, go easy, my brother. You're missing the best part. So now we have these wonderful laser gates that we put together. And look how long it took. It didn't take long. Yeah, there you go. All right. So let's put that over here. All right, so let's have some fun here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some white glue. And we're going to lose our minds. Because that's the best part. Just do what you feel like doing. And what I like to do is I just like to get an old junk brush and my clippers. Okay. Oh, this piece too. Why not? All right. Hey, let's move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. And we're going to play around with some of these pieces here. So, first things first. And if you want to know something? The funny thing about Elmer's glue is, number one, it's slow as anything. Oh, there we go. I'm being creative. I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing whatever I feel like. And maybe I'll just put a little here, and a little up and through there. Bless you. And a little up through there. Maybe just a little in there. A little in there. And you're probably saying, Rob, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you insane? Yes, I am. Now I've got some static grass here. And what I'm going to do is take my little pink tweezers here. And I'll just put a little there. And put a little there. Now what do I want to do there? Well, I'm going to take, this is leaching, okay? And what I'm looking for is certain pieces that I can kind of make kind of viney. Okay, and I can go up over here like this a little bit and have hang in there. Maybe I'll just take a little bit more of a piece here and just kind of ram it in there. That's half the beauty of it. It's just making it hang over like that. Maybe I'll just take a little bit and put it right in there, because this is just an old entrance. And peel off a piece here, put it next to there a little bit, so it has that vine look. And then, why don't we do the same thing here? We'll take a little bit more of this, and we'll just kind of work it in there a little bit. Yeah, why not? Why not? Kind of like that. Actually, let's take more than what we need and just kind of work it all in there. There we go. And this stuff is not very expensive. I think it's $12 for this big, huge container of it. You should do a video on basing materials sometimes. Well, Helen, funny, you should say that. Oh, by the way, they said bless you.
Thank you.
Of course, your own husband didn't say it, so they're going to make
correct.
me look like an idiot.
That's correct.
That's right.
It's that time of the day when I start to sneeze.
Yeah, it's that time of the day when you start sneezing and stuff. And you just take and I have done basing videos. You just haven't been around long enough. Maybe if you were here from the beginning, Helen, but never mind. That's another story, I guess. So what else do we want to? Oh, that's kind of neat. We got like a little thing going on here. So let's pull this out and taking some of this stuff and just clipping it off. Oh, these are old clippers. And just trying to make something that just kind of hangs over and it's growing wildly into the ground. It does whatever it wants. See that? I like that. I like that a lot. One on this side. Why don't we just have some vines coming up through here and up into there. Why don't we just add a little, and we can always just take a little bit of that glue, like from over there, and just put a little bit over there, and just kind of have it just kind of sit up there. Maybe throw a little grass over the top, so it has that kind of, yeah, okay. I see what you're doing. I see what's up, bro. And over on this mound here, we just have all kinds of stuff going on here. And just make this thing your own. Make it your own. Do how you want to do it. I've seen a bunch of them. I poke around in the archives, but you seem like you are consistently putting out something new. Well, that's what I'm supposed to do. All right, so you see what we're trying to create here. The illusion of just oldness. And then over here, let's let that dry a little bit over there. Well, we got this here. Why do we have to limit it just to concrete and stuff? Why can't we just have some? This is an old tree. It's an old tree. It's kind of like me, old. And let's just, all right, let's put some there. Wow, let's go crazy. Look at us, we're going nuts. Let's just do a little there, a little bit there. How about something there? Wow, look at that. I got a little on my hands there. Let's do something here. What are we doing? I don't know. I never know until I do it. You don't go into this going, well, I got an idea. No, I don't. I never do. Maybe you have a better idea. Maybe see it and go, nah, Rob, I would have done something different. That's okay. What does that show? That shows individuality. It means you're thinking. And that's the best thing that you can ever do is just think. Think. Use your mind. That's what it's there for. Don't let people tell you how you're supposed to do things. You do them however you want. Oh, well, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Maybe I won't like it. Maybe I just pull that down a little bit more. Yes. Maybe I just see something that maybe you see something I don't. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Wow, now all of a sudden this tree has some character. Or it is a character. I don't know. One of the two. One of the two. And then just taking and just making it your own. Just make everything your own. Look at that. Maybe there's just a little bit of a sprout there that's coming out. Just enough to... Why don't we just put that there? I kind of like that right there. Let's shove that in there. And there we go. Alright. Maybe we can add a little... No, I don't want to add a little grass there. I want to add a little more lichen in there. What do you think? I think that's not a bad idea, huh? Remember, it's an old tree. It's an old tree. And worn down by time. This, I already know what I want to do here. I don't even have to think. I don't even have to think. It just sits in my head what I want to do. What time do we got? Wow, I'm really on time for once. Which I'm really shocked at. Maybe just, maybe a little in that eye socket, huh? And just putting that lichen in there. Look at that. Look at that. Put that in there. Show that in there. Maybe just, maybe a little grass somewhere. Maybe just a little bit right there. It you know, like I was saying, it doesn't matter. It's your world. It's how you see it. What do you see when you see these things? You see the same thing I do? Maybe. Oh, there you go. You're saying, I don't like that. Well, I kind of don't. I wouldn't mind it right there. Hanging down a little bit. But I could see a little moss coming out of his eye. Waste not, want not. Okay, there we go. Maybe just in those eyes, just like that. Maybe something like that. Maybe that's what works for you. And over here. What did I miss here? Sorry, that was bad. What was bad? Look, Bob Moss. Yeah, Rob Moss. Yeah, I get it. Just come right down here. And, you know, just... You can do so much. It's really up to you. What do you want to do? What do you want to see? How do you want to see it? What do you envision? I know I keep on beating that, but I want you to think for yourselves. Don't let people tell you how to paint things. I think it's fine if you have somebody just say, listen, this is how you can do it, but how you do it, it really is what counts. Because who wants to see 1,000 of the same thing? When I go to a convention or something and I see people that just decide to do something different, to take and do something different, I'm always impressed by that, because that means that they saw something in their minds that were different, instead of just following the blueprint of what everybody else did. That doesn't mean that that's bad to follow the blueprint either. That's good. That means it's more practice. But being able to just do things, just to be able to. Now this one's here. This one's going to be fun. Let's have some fun with this one. Okay, let's move these over first of all, so they can dry, and we'll show them at the end. Okay. I'm just kind of going crazy here, so. And that's okay. We like crazy. And you can get this glue at Hobby Lobby. You can get like a 12-pack for like, jeez, for like $2. Now let's just, come on. Let's do this. It's like Home Depot. Let's do this. And then look at this, right along here. Why not? Why not? Right? Why not? Maybe it'll just come, draw a line here. Yeah, that works for me too. Alright. So, what are we looking for? Well, I don't want it to clump. I don't mind it clumping. Okay, let's put that there. Let's put that there. Oh, kind of like that too. You can put a little this here. Oh, before we finish, kind of want to add some of that there. And it gives a feel of age. Remember, a lot of this stuff it's all busted up, not because it's new or it was just in a battle from last week. This is time. These are wars going by. See, that's going to look good right there. And I'm going to put that right there. And don't worry, the glue will dry, and it'll dry clear. So I'm just taking different types of pieces and kind of just having fun with them. What works? What works for you? Well, maybe just a little bit of grass there too. I call it kind of like a mossy Bob Moss. Good one. Those look good, Rob. I'm getting that itch. See, that's all I can ever ask. If you get the itch, then I've done my job, and I can retire. I don't have to do this anymore. Somebody else can take over the channel. I can go to my quiet life of just not having to do this anymore. Like I say, you guys don't need me anymore. Go on. Build your worlds. Build your planets. Your solar systems. Your fantasy worlds. All that is at your disposal. Oh, this is a nice piece here. This is going to look pretty nice in here. And just because of how we're going to arrange it here. That's very viney. Okay. And just... That's what I see. That's what I see. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. There we go. All right. Let's let that dry for a second. So, boy, you would do the same thing with these two, of course. And, of course, this one. But I think we hit the benchmark here as far as what we're trying to accomplish. So you want to clean off your table here a little bit. Okay. And you want to keep your moss in your moss pile. And you would let that dry. Maybe you see something and you want to add something a little later, you know, once it dries. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. But all these things are available. Guess where? Guess. You can go. Yep. You can, I'll drag your carcass out to the conventions now and then. Oh, listen to that. There you go. Got to make the rounds. But all you have to do is go to Miniature Market. These things are so cheap. And Joe and everybody there are just coming up with more and more ideas. And look at this stuff. Look at the things that you can do. Look at the things that you can create with just using your imagination. That's all you have to do. Let's zoom in here a little bit. We've got gates. We've got, yes, we have gates. We have pedestals. We have woods and things like that. You get a bunch of these and an entrance to a dungeon. Let's back out a little bit so we can actually get it in there. Cabinets, broken terrain all over the place, and it's just going to make that D&D adventure just that little bit more better, a little more special when you all play it together. And you want to know something? We did this all in under an hour. Oh, except for one last thing. There's always one last thing, Rob. There's always one last thing. And that's taking a little bit of this gloss varnish. Now you can get this anywhere. You really can. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. And what this is going to do, and I'm going to back out just a hair here. And only because I didn't want to pollute the water. You always want to save this for last, because then you have gloss varnish hanging in your water, and guess what? That's not going to do you any good. So I'm going to just take a little here, and what do I want to put it on? Well, you can put it on anything you want. I'm going to put it right on this top here, and all I'm going to do is just grab this and then just move this over. And what that's going to do is it's really going to bring out a shine in this eventually. When it dries, it's really just going to stand right out. So particularly you want to do that on some of the crystals. Now the crystals are pretty good, but sometimes just this little bit extra really just makes it shine. And if you have a light, you can really just make it shine. Now I didn't wash these. I should have, and that's why the varnish isn't going on that well. But you can really bring these out and shine them up by just taking some gloss varnish over the top. So just for later, and then wash your brush then, because then you can have the gloss floating around in your water bowl. You don't want it during. But again, very simple to do, very fun to do. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I really, really do. And this was just so much fun. You know, you buy 10 of these. I don't know how much they are. They can't be that much. You buy 10, 15 of these, and you do this to a whole bunch of them. Now all of a sudden you got this busted up forest, and you can have like some of these things just laying next to it, and these little stumps, and these little trees as they're going through, and it adds to your adventure. So there you go. Or the runes at the end of Logan Run. There you go. Good one. Exactly with the robot. How can we forget that? Let me just make sure this is good. Okay, good. All right. There you have it. Okay. I mean, what more can I say? I don't think there's not much more I can say. Tiny terrain at its best. Have some fun with it. It adds to everything. You can use it for board games. You know, you have so many dungeon crawls that you can add this stuff. You can put this stuff on your Pathfinder or your D&D or even your Starfinder. Where is it? There it is. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that you can add there. You know, it's really up to you. It's how you want to experience things. But most of all, just get out there and paint this. Get out there and just paint. And enjoy yourself. There's so many things that you can do. And terrain is so much fun. We did it all in an hour. I'm impressed. You all have been wonderful. You've all said nothing to distract me. Helen, has been the biggest distraction. I want to thank everybody for sticking their head in there and watching this. It's been a lot of fun. And those of you that'll see this later on, go to Miniature Market, check out the tiny terrain. There's tons of it. It's cheap. It's fun. It's better than trying to play, cutting out cardboard or plastic. Have it molded. And Joe's always coming up with new stuff. And the things you can do with this is fun. It's exciting. And it's just good time. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob getting ready for his fantasy football league and the Alaboom right after. Be sure to be there. And we'll talk a little bit about this. Until next time, we'll see you soon.